I think this is the best character ever in my life.
Meenakshi Ammal Dental College and Hospital, Madurai, Chennai. Ranked number 2 in Tamil Nadu by IIRF.
சமையலுக்கென்றே ஸ்பெஷலான மிஸ்டர் கோல்ட் குக்கிங் கோகனட் ஆயில்.
Taste daily. Taste the daily.
What Prabhas is going to look like. And I was this huge guy who's shoving off the Prabhas. And all the fans of Prabhas, please excuse me, I'm haath jod ke maafi maang rahe hain.
One of the most difficult casting ever was Kamal sir.
Kamal sir, yeah, he was so worried.
We were like, we were shooting, but then like Yaskin, when is Yaskin coming? The whole film is Yaskin, but where is Yaskin?
It's not that I've played bad guys before, even as a lead bad guy, psychopaths and all that, but this is something else.
Yeah. First time. We are lucky to have Kamal sir.
I didn't feel like, I'm now working in Telugu cinema, or, it didn't feel overwhelming in that sense, because what you're investing in as an actor is the emotional journey of the character.
Shivaji Saab had not worked for a year. He came to act in Tevar Makan. For him, it's very new to see something on a computer. Can you do all those close-ups? It looks very amateurish.
It's a kind of discipline that we see in the South. I'm sure that you will agree with that.
I feel humility.
I get to see poetic justice in 3 hours. You will not get poetic justice in a lifetime. That's what Indian cinema is all about.
Yeah.
What I feel, Kamal, is really admirable is that we have 2 ladies. Ladies looking after this massive production, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, some of the visuals you've already seen in the trailers. But to have 2 women actually in charge.
Correct.
And to see it executed, and today we sit here to talk about the film and the kind of production that it has come out. The kind of visuals we've seen has never been seen before. I mean, it's just quite
I was just talking about Sholay.
Yeah.
It's like that, like nobody has seen horses fall like that.
Exactly.
Nobody has seen machine guns going off like that. And nobody has seen a villain talk like that or a hero behave like that. Everything was new about it. I think that's the same effect. And I know where you're getting the confidence from. Your father told me the story about how he became a producer. He just went and stood in front of NTR's house for so many days that he noticed this face and he said, why is this young man? He seems educated. And he called him in, and that's how the connection started, and he became a producer for NTR. And the name Vaijayanti film was given by Mr. NTR. So that's
What a
all the
story.
company.
We never knew all this.
No, that tenacity of purpose.
So also on this note, if we being, 2 women able to pull off something like this, it is entirely, of course, Nagi's, his vision, his absolute hard work, but also actors like you all who are extremely understanding and, who understand the beauty of cinema and willing to give whatever it takes for cinema. And someone like Prabhas, who's not even questioning if it's just these 2 girls can pull it off or no, so it's thanks to you all for
It's not thanks to me. I think when Nagi came to talk to me about this, he just brought a picture, a visual
concept
of what my character is going to look like and what Prabhas is going to look like. And I was this huge guy who's shoving off the Prabhas. And all the fans of Prabhas, please excuse me, I'm haath jod ke maafi maang rahe hain. Don't massacre me after you see what I do to him in the film.
They're all your fans.
That was what was so impressive. I said, he's already got a vision in mind. He's got a picture of what he's going to look like. Very rarely do you see.
But see, I've seen photo shoots or what do you call
storyboard.
Storyboard.
Yeah, it's not there on my time.
But I always suspect that because that's an ambition. What happens really? But when I ask that question, all that is fine. it's on paper. But how are you going to bring it?
to
Said we have. And they showed me your footage. So I kept quiet. I just became part of the project because usually people come with big diagrams and the films don't even get made. So my question was that. Then I straight away went into what am I going to look like?
Yeah.
So I told you the story.
Yeah, we
about-
just heard the story.
I came up with the third eye and he said, it's done.
Prabhas, you worked in similar subjects earlier also.
This is like this.
Bahubali, for example, was,
Yeah, periodic.
was a little periodic.
This
But
is future.
Here there is period and the future mixed together.
Yeah,
It's just, I mean, it must have been an experience.
And my character is like, it has a lot of, it has grey, superhero, funny. So I
Also, the
think
first time you have humor. One of the
humor I
first few
did for
times.
like, before Bahubali I did. But for, other than Telugu, I think this first time they're watching me in humor. Funny character with superhero, with grey shade. So I think the way he wrote, I think this is the best character ever in my life. The way he wrote it.
And also I have to say that, you know, one of the most difficult casting ever was Kamal sir.
Kamal sir, yeah,
Was
he was so
Yaskin.
worried about
We
it.
were like,
Months.
you know, we were
like-
shooting, but then like Yaskin, when is Yaskin
It's
coming?
coming.
The whole film is Yaskin, but where is Yaskin? And how would you cast this person who's equivalent to, or like, you know, mightier than these two superheroes, and then who is it? And then we could only think, we were like, we were
behind for
1 year, sir, easily 1
year,
year,
easily
easily 1
behind.
year.
And I was telling, why will he do it? Don't torture him. Just leave.
It's not a question of torture because I self-doubt becomes, you've done this, he has done this, he has done this, what am I going to do? That was the reason
Nagi
why
also
I
like-
realized. And it's not that I've played bad guys before, even as a lead bad guy, psychopaths and all that, but this is something else.
Yeah. First time, we are lucky to have Kamal sir.
The detailing of the equipments that are going to be there, like the bus, for example. And the car,
We had
Buji,
a
for
auto.
and I didn't know that Buji was made in India.
Yeah,
It is
that's
fully
Made by
only
Mahindra
made
and one
in
of the,
India. It was made by Mahindra and J Motors, and
Yeah.
also a lot of young Indian engineers. And a lot
It's
of
just
young,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Many a times I used to ask Nagi when I went on the set and said, "Okay, how did you think of this?" So he said, "There are companies that have think tanks, and we gave them the idea, and they come up with projections, and then we approve something."
Even for a storyboard, you came up with a new guy. I suggested somebody.
Correct, sir.
We even tried that.
Correct, sir, yes.
It's not that they have a team and they'll never try anything new. Because we tried, we didn't like it.
Yes,
We came back.
For your
So
look,
there was still experimentation.
yes.
Even my look, I don't know, it must have changed about 5 times at least. The costume,
Agreed,
look, everything.
No, and also Nagi is very fortunate to be working with you two, especially at your stature. You're willing to experiment with him. You're willing to explore things with him. So in one of the interviews which we just did, they said, was it a big pressure? Shooting with Bachchan sir and Kamal sir. He said, initially, I was like, I found it very funny and silly that I would actually direct both of them. then, it felt so easy because they both said, don't make me an Amitabh Bachchan, don't make me a Kamal Hassan. Do something else with us. He had the same notion with both of you all, and he enjoys working with you both so much. Absolute no pressure. I'm like, you are directing them, and he has no pressure on his face. So I think it's a great synergy.
I don't know about him, but it's terrible to be able to even think like this. I don't want to play myself. Well, what is myself? I'm not me. With all due respects, we're all fakes in front of the camera anyway. We're playing fake characters. And, the writer is a true genius. He dreams, he thinks. But all of us are fake. So, what is it about me? It's nothing. It's just something that you've seen in a visual in a film. It's not that this is how we are.
But Abhinji, that's a gyan you get after 20-25 years. It never comes first.
And Deepika, first time you're doing a Telugu film, it's like completely different from the Bollywood, or little different, or very, very different.
No, I mean, I
And
think
Nagi is very different for us also, because in the first story when he told me, it was, I could hear only 20%. Other part I asked my friends, like, what is I didn't understand. So he's like, should have been tough for you from Bollywood to this.
no, I mean, I think that world of the movie, which I think is new, even for the audience, it's new. But I think as actors, you're not really thinking. I think when you emote, the language I think comes secondary. It's
No, the language is
the
a
emotion
problem.
is what, and I think
Yeah.
that's the language of cinema, right? It's transcends borders. So you can act in English, you can act in Telugu, you can act in Hindi, but I think as long as the emotion, you can just say so much with your eyes without saying anything at all and be able to convey that emotion.
And you can show the best
The
with
words
your eyes.
are more like a crutch, I feel. So no, I didn't feel like, oh, I'm now working in Telugu cinema, or it didn't feel overwhelming in that sense. Because what you're investing in as an actor is the emotional journey of the character.
But for a production of this value and extent, what I found was that until Nagi got the right thing at the right place, he never compromised.
Yeah,
Correct.
it doesn't sound.
If he did something
He
with
has a
you, and-
beautiful way of getting what he wants.
yeah,
Very smooth.
he won't
very-
shout from there.
No?
No.
He'll come up very quietly.
Correct.
So I think we should.
But very pertinent.
Yes, yes.
Very pertinent. It's not just asking for
not,
one
yeah.
more.
And
It'll
even
be-
after seeing the rushes come on, there are times when he said, sir, I feel we can improve on that and do something. And as producers, how do you live with this fact? Hey, we've got to redo this thing. We've got to put up the set again.
the
We've got to
biggest
get the
budget of-
artists back. We've got to get the timing and the dates. And never have I seen any kind of, regret or a very morose kind of face. And, hey, we got to do it again. This guy's not worried about the
The
cost or whatever.
costliest picture I feel.
It's
Shivari Saab had not worked for a year. He came to act in Tevar Makan.
Yeah.
We did the scenes. So for him it's very new to see something on a computer.
correct.
So
That's right.
I was showing off and I showed him in a computer the cut version of the scene. Can I stay one more day? He said, one more day? Yeah, you can. What? Can you do all those close-ups? It looks very amateurish. I said, I thought he's talking about me.
Yeah.
He said, me, I have not acted for 1 year. It shows.
Oh, gosh.
How can you refuse a man like that?
yeah.
I said, if I had to rebuild the set, I would have built it for him. So the director is asking for something. That's what I said. The word pertinent I used was
Yes, exactly.
when he tells you, you're convinced. You're not asking, what do you want? Please tell me what you want. Keeping on, taking after take, what do you really want?
Yeah.
But he clearly tells you, and you say,
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah.
what I should have done. And that's very rare in a
Amazing.
director. Very few have that. When that happens, the set lights up, even without lights.
But to be working, in the kind of circumstances that we did because of the
COVID and
way films are being shot now, it's a huge challenge a huge challenge for me. I'm sure Kamal, you must be feeling the same thing. But not to have that environment around you
Correct.
and to be able to imagine that.
Yeah.
It's
very
a little
difficult.
putting off in the beginning, but
Yeah.
then when you see a couple of results, then you get used to it. But for us, it was
Like I was just telling backstage, my mentor, Mr. K. Balachandar, I went and told him a story which I saw Rishida and he, between shot, light up, they used to be playing chess.
Yeah.
Both the lead man and the director will be playing chess and the unit will be waiting. And he'll say, Okay. And then they'll go to the shot. I came back and told my boss that that's how calm a shot should be. Are you trying to tell me something? I said, yes, sir. You're so excited. And I am nervous. What do you expect with you guys? I said, I am nervous. No, but it catches on. It's contagious. And we don't want that. But that's very important.
But you know what is really admirable, and I've said it so many times, is the kind of discipline that we see in the South. I'm sure that you will agree with that.
No, but
That discipline.
well, the grass is always greener.
Right from the spot boy to the director to the co-artist, there's a kind of discipline which I can't put in words.
I feel humility.
Despite who they are and what they are,
No, but I noticed
to
something.
show that kind of humility and down-to-earthness is, well,
To
not
be,
expected at all.
to be the first person there and the last person, and like Sir was saying, not just
We used
I
to
think
complain
humility-
about Tamil industry and point out the Telugu industry as an example for discipline. But then Nagi told me something which made me very happy. When I was an assistant director, they used to say, look at this Tamil assistant director. So I was a Tamil assistant director. So was it about me? It can't be. But I think there are so many things I learned from Bombay. Like he was saying, we used to actually jump off buildings, showing off. And the safety factors, first I learned from Bombay.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised. Amiji says, I'm surprised at all these safety factors. But after Sholay, even horses had padded falls.
Yeah.
Even heroes didn't have that kind of fall. There, we started from there, and for me, it's a fantastic journey. I'm a child of cinema. I came when I was 3. I came with the live sound, went to dubbing, and back to live sound. Now it's a full cycle. And as she was saying, he makes use of all the gizmos when it's needed. I don't see somebody flashing all the gadgets he has. He uses it precisely, and it's a quiet set. That's what I liked about it.
That's because he's organized in his mind as to what he wants.
Yeah, what's
And
not
the rest of the unit follows him. That is important. I mean, they admire him, they honor him, and
Made the
And
whole
I think some of the assistants working actually belong to film families. That I realized. I didn't know who was who.
The bunch of kids are all first timers,
All
and he
kids.
always
Yeah.
prefers
Yeah.
to.
I know his sister.
His
She was
sister is
assistant.
working with him.
I was scared with her because one day we were
yeah,
shooting with him,
sisters,
and he
That
says,
I
she's
later
my
on
sister.
realized.
Yeah, one
When we were
person.
young, she used to box me. After that, I started looking with a lot of respect. मेरे को मत मारना है.
He's extremely keen only on working with first timers. He feels they're going to bring something onto the table that
Something new.
something new.
Fresh.
So he's very, very clear about
No,
it.
you yourself are a second generation thing. You had somebody in
yeah,
the family.
my sister. Yeah.
No.
Krishna
Before you,
Rajgar. His uncle, sir.
Uncle.
Krishna
My uncle.
Rajgar.
Oh.
Yeah.
I worked with him
Yeah, you are.
as an assistant. So I was a dance assistant. So his uncle.
Yeah.
And he was not much of a dancer, so he used to. Don't give me this moment. He used to threaten me. Take me aside during breakfast and threaten me about the moment.
this is what I can do now. This is the step you teach me.
No, but this is so amazing, sir, that, what cinema has done for all of us in the last few years is, it actually, there are no boundaries anymore. That we all can come back from, wherever we are, from the part of the country, and able to make one cinema, which is Indian cinema, which is incredible. And people like Nagashwin are able to dream to do this because they're able to pull talent from all across and get them and, make
It's like the
something
national
this.
flag.
Absolutely.
We have a national pool of
Absolutely.
talent which we should stand up and
Yeah,
salute.
Yeah,
And
well
all
said,
of
well
us
said, yeah.
need to do that. And when we do that, more films like this could be made.
Absolutely, sir.
A lot of times, at my age, and people say, sir, when are you going to do a film something like Hollywood? I tell them, when is Hollywood going to do a film something like us? Come and make something that we do. Nani aata jayegi. What we have to go through and the kind of stories that we build, because ours is pan-India. And it's very tough what we do and how we make our films. Okay, so sometimes people ridicule us and laugh at us and so on and so forth. But there is always some element which you will always learn in all our films.
Yes.
And I keep saying this story over and over again. My father, during his last years, every evening, used to be, he used to bring him on his wheelchair and used to sit and he said, put on a movie. He used to see a movie. So many times, my own ones, 3-4 times. And one day I asked him, what is this here? Every evening you are going and seeing a movie. He said, I get to see poetic justice in 3 hours. You will not get poetic justice in a lifetime. And many of us in several lifetimes will not get. But I see poetic justice. That's what Indian cinema is all about.
Yes.
You get to see poetic justice in 3 hours. No matter what you may say about us, at the end of the day, you will go back with some moral, with some ethics, which is cultural, which is Indian.
Beautiful.
And I can tell you, people are going to be shocked when they see Kalki with the kind of effort that has been put in. And these visuals are just unbelievable.
Yes.
And I was just seeing some comments on the net, which are very heartening. So, like exactly what you said about India's ready for it, and they are, because they are owning it up and they're saying, nice, we deserve to see such films.
Great.
Yay!
This is the silence that we have on the sets. We have nothing more to say because we are fully
Now we have
satisfied.
to redo this because this light was off.
Oh shit.
Hey, light band ho gayi?
CG में करेंगे.
It's on the TV.
No, I'm just
So if there's anything else, Swarna, Priyanka ji, if you want to, ask us or say something.
I think we just
or
want to
express
thank
something.
you.
Prabhas,
We
you
just
haven't
want to
spoken
thank
at all.
you. Thank you for
Which is not unusual because normally you don't say much.
Sir, you
He
and
is
sir.
maintaining the pregnant silence of the director.
I'm imitating my director.
I think we're only extremely thankful, sir, all of us, extremely grateful
No, these
for
are just
what has
formalities.
happened.
Don't
No,
do
no,
that.
no, no. This is truly from the heart because not on a regular day, not on it doesn't, something like this doesn't happen to everybody and just happen to us. We're very, very grateful. That's because I feel my father has invested so much of his life into cinema and I feel cinema is giving back it to us. It's as simple as that. Yeah.